them, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. And when you look back in Daniel verse 2, verse 32, the image was of fine gold. And we can tell from its interpretation in verse 7. We'll read in Daniel 7:17.
Yes, continue.
Sorry, it's not Daniel 7:17. It's in we'll read from verse 38. And whosoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven had given unto them, and they made thee rule over. Thou art the head of gold. Yeah, Babylon was the first kingdom in the statue, and he was the head of gold. And why is he the head of gold? Because in that time Babylon was the richest of all the kingdoms were in the statue, and he had, and all his cups, his plates, all his weapons were of pure gold, and he had the richest kingdom. 39 says, after all shall rise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another, the third kingdom to brass, he shall bear rule over thee. And in Daniel chapter 5, verse 31, it says Darius, in 30, it's not the last night of Babylon, where King Belshazzar, the grandson of Nebuchadnezzar, was holding a party. But during his time when he was holding the party, Cyrus and his men were sneaking through the river Euphrates. And when they found that the gates were open, they entered through and slayed the men that were on guard and went inside the party. And it says in that one, in the night was Belshazzar the king of Chaldeans slain, and Darius the Median took over the kingdom about 62 years old. And here's when the Persians enter into power, where they take over the kingdom and start their own rule. And after some time, when King Darius III was king of Medo-Persia, his grandfather Xerxes the First had been wearing wars against the Grecians, and the Greeks didn't like this. When they defeated him, they decided to take over. When Alexander the Great became a ruler, and he was the son of Philip the Macedonian, who was king of Greece, he went with his men and captured and destroyed the Medo-Persians and took over the world and started the Grecian Empire. But due to his drunkenness, he died, and his 4 commanders, Seleucus, Lysimachus, Ptolemy, and was the other one? Seleucus, Ptolemy, Lysimachus, and the other one was
I'll confirm for you.
okay, and the other one we'll talk about him after some time. And when these four came, they divided the Grecian Empire into four types. Ptolemy took the southern part, Seleucus took Syria, and Lysimas took Greece, and Cassander took west of the Grecian Empire. And after some time, Seleucus and Ptolemy took over. Seleucus destroyed the other two generals and took over their territory. And he was the king of the north, and Ptolemy the king of the south. And Daniel chapter 2 verse 4, and it says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all things shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, and kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry and clay." Before we reach the fourth kingdom, which was Rome, back in when the generals, when Octavian, which was Augustus Caesar, when he decided that it was time, they took over, they defeated the Grecian, the southern kingdom, the Egyptians, and Seleucus. They took over and started controlling the world and conquering all vast territories. And he ended the republic and started the empire, and he named himself Augustus Caesar. And he passed a rule which was of Pax Romana, which was of 200 years of peace, which lasted until 200 years later, from 27 BC. And he became the Caesar, and they destroyed their enemies, which were, and they used iron. That's why they are the fourth, which are the legs, which are made of iron. Because most of their weapons were made of pure iron. And you are vicious people. Verse 41, "Whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest iron mixed with mere clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And as thou sawest iron mixed with mere clay, they shall be mingled themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of this king shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and for as much it shall stand forever." In 41, it says, "The toes which are of potter's clay and part of iron," which was but in 313 AD, when Emperor Constantine of Rome, took the throne, he decided to pass, where this was the time when Christians were being persecuted. So he had mercy, and he lifted the ban on Christians and made it the religion of the empire. And there were some teachings that were mixed with pagans, and it became the Papal Church, which Catholicism. And when the Catholics, they made a pope, but they were not that strong because of the barbaric. And when the Roman Empire was at its close in 476 AD, the barbarian tribes, or which were the Northumbria, Saxons, Visigoths, Vandals, Heruli, Ostrogoth, and many others were attacking the Roman Empire.